The apprenticeship was a long haul for me, but the things I enjoyed was the completing an accomplishment of completing some real technical tasks, especially when you're a young lad and you're given a task that you think is probably impossible to start with, but you learn it and then you start to get more competent in the task, and then if you can complete the task and a wee bit of recognition for completing the task, that was always a nice thing to have during the apprenticeship. The other main part about the apprenticeship I really liked was the banter with fellow apprentices, the banter with the journeymen, your team leaders, your supervisors, in the sense you're growing up, you're dealing with people older than you. So that was always a nice feeling as well. I was accepted to university after school, but I had absolutely no desire to attend university at all, or college. I wanted out of the classroom environment altogether. I wanted to learn a trade, always wanted to learn a trade, and that was far more important for me to earn while I was learning, and that was always a big thing for me. Wanted away from the classroom, wanted to earn, and again, feel like I was accomplishing something through learning as well. To be honest, none really through the apprenticeships at all. In fact, however, the biggest barrier that I encountered was I was an apprentice during the downturn, the oil and gas downturn of the early 90s. So I actually lost my job, and me and the other fellow apprentices at the same place. So that was obviously a huge barrier for me during my time, and that's why I mentioned earlier that it was a longer time for me with apprenticeship. So I then was picked up by SCORE, which was liberating to say the least, and learned a whole new set of skills, and which really has set me on, and really gave me an appetite to learn more, to be honest. Embrace the environment and show a real willingness to learn. Absolutely, it's number one. Because when you leave school, you come into a workshop environment or any type of environment, it could be an office environment, whatever, it's daunting. Don't get nervous, embrace it, get after it. Have a willingness to learn. Do not turn up just thinking you're going to be taught. That's what happens at school. Absolutely walk in with a desire to learn, and what you've got to understand is the learning doesn't finish at work. You've got to take that learning back home. And that's the same as you go to university. You go to university, you learn for 40 hours or whatever, and you've got to learn, take that away and do an 80 hours of learning to try and pass your exam. It's exactly the same with apprenticeship. If you embrace the apprenticeship and you have got a real desire to learn, you will succeed. There's no doubts about it. And that's the message I always give the apprentices when I'm speaking to them. That desire to learn. Go after it. And if you do that, you'll succeed, no doubts about it. But if you just turn up to your work and expect to be taught, that apprenticeship will be a lot tougher. A lot tougher. Embrace it. That's always the advice I give apprentices.